Today we discuss unit second for BSc final, that is analytic function. Analytic function. First of all, we define the analytic function as the function f of z is said to be analytic. Is said to be analytic in domain D if f dash z exists at all points of D. A function f of z is said to be analytic in domain D if f dash z exists at all points of domain D. Then only the function f is said to be analytic. Now there is a theorem for a function is to be analytic that the function f of z equal to u of xy plus I times v of xy is analytic in D. The necessary condition is to satisfy CR equations, that is ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus of vx, that is these are the all partial derivatives with respect to x and y of the functions u and v, where f of z is defined as u of xy plus I times v of xy. Thus, for a function f of z is said to be analytic if it satisfies the CR equations. This is the necessary condition for the function is to be analytic. Now its proof. Let the function f of z is analytic in D since f of z equal to u of xy, that is u is a function of x and y, and again v is a function of x and y. As it is analytic, so that fz is differentiable in D at all points. It is differentiable in D at all points of D, that is f dash z exists in D, that is f dash z exists in D for all z belongs to D. Therefore, by definition, f dash z is limit as delta z tends to 0 of f of z plus delta z minus f of z upon delta z upon delta z. This is the definition of f dash z at the point z. Since delta z is delta x plus I times delta y, and f of z plus delta z, it is nothing but u of x plus delta x, y plus delta y, plus I times v of x plus delta x, y plus delta y. That is the corresponding increments in x and y. Then equation 1 becomes, f dash z equal to limit as delta z tends to 0, so that delta x tends to 0 and delta y tends to 0, because delta z equal to delta x plus I times delta y. Now putting the value of f of z plus delta z, it is u of x plus delta x, y plus delta y, plus I times v of x plus delta x, y plus delta y, minus f of z is u of xy plus I times v of xy upon delta x plus I times delta y. Now rearranging the terms with u and v, and real and imaginary parts are separating, so that limit delta x tends to 0 as delta y tends to 0, u of x plus delta x, y plus delta y, minus u of xy upon delta x plus I times delta y, plus taking I common, limit as delta x tends to 0, delta y tends to 0 of v of x plus delta x, y plus delta y, minus v of xy upon delta x plus I times delta y. These are the separating in real and imaginary parts. Call it as equation 2. Now this equation 2, we can calculate f dash z in two ways, so that case 1, choose delta z equal to real, that is delta x, and so that delta y equal to 0, because it is a constant. Then equation 2 becomes f dash z equal to limit as delta x tends to 0, u of x plus delta x, y minus u of xy upon delta x, because delta y is 0, plus I times limit as delta x tends to 0, u of v of x plus delta x, y minus v of xy upon delta x upon delta x, and this is nothing but ux plus I times vx. It is f dash z. Call it as equation 3. Now case 2. Now case 2. Now case 2. Choosing delta z is imaginary. Choose delta z is, that is delta y, so that delta x is 0. Then equation 2 becomes, then equation 2 becomes f dash z equal to limit as delta y tends to 0 u of x y plus delta y minus u of xy upon I delta y plus I times limit as delta y tends to 0 v of x y plus delta y minus v of xy upon I delta y. Now here it is, I gets cancelled, that is 1 upon I limit delta y tends to 0 u of x y plus delta y minus u of xy upon delta y plus limit delta y tends to 0 v of x y plus delta y minus v of xy upon delta y. That is, it is nothing but 1 upon I uy plus vy. Call it as equation 4. From equation 2 and 4, it is f dash z. From equation 3 and 4, we get ux plus I times vx equal to 1 upon I uy plus vy. That is ux plus I times vx, it is here it is multiplying and dividing by I minus I uy plus vy. That is vy plus I times minus of uy, that is ux plus I times vx. Equation 5. Now this is the equation in real and imaginary, equating real and imaginary parts of equation 5. We get ux equal to vy and vx equal to minus uy, or uy equal to minus of vx. These are the CR equations. That is, we prove in this way, if the function is analytic, then CR equation holds. Now, but this is the necessary condition for the function is to be analytic if CR equations hold, but it is not sufficient that if the f dash z exists, then the CR equation holds. That is, the CR equations are necessary and sufficient condition for the function f of z equal to u of xy plus I times v of xy and is to be analytic in D. Then the partial derivatives of u and v with respect to x and y exist and are continuous at all points. This is the necessary and sufficient condition. If it is analytic, then CR equation hold and partial derivatives are exist for the function ux, uy and vx, vy. Now we discuss the examples on this theorem. On this theorem and on CR equations. Show that the CR equations show that the CR equations are satisfied only at z equal to 0 for the function f of z equal to magnitude of z square. CR equations are satisfied for this. Let z equal to u plus iv, then magnitude of z square, it is nothing but u square plus v square, u square plus v square, that is as magnitude of z is under root of u square plus v square, so that magnitude of z square is u square plus v square, which imply f of z equal to magnitude of z square, which imply u plus iv equal to u square plus v square. That is equating the real and imaginary parts. Magnitude of z, its square, it is this one. If z is x plus iy, then magnitude of z is under root of x square plus y square, which imply magnitude of z square is x square plus y square. Putting the value of magnitude of z square, u plus iv equal to x square plus y square. Equating the real and imaginary parts, we get u equal to x square and v equal to u equal to x square plus y square and v equal to 0. That is, ux is twice x and uy is twice y, where Vx is 0 and Vy is also 0. As by given condition, CR equations are satisfied. Hence ux equal to Vy and uy equal to minus of Vx, which imply twice x is 0 and twice y is again 0, which imply x is 0 and y is 0, which implies z is 0, which is equal to x plus I1. Hence, at any x is not equal to 0, ux is not equal to vy and uy is not equal to minus of vx. That is, CR equations are satisfied only. That is, CR equations are satisfied only at z equal to 0. That is the case. That is, the CR equations hold only at z equal to 0. Now we take another example on CR equations. To determine the values of a, b, c, d, that the function f of z equal to x square plus axy, x square plus axy plus by square plus I times cx square plus dxy, cx square plus dxy plus y square to determine the values of a, b, c, d, so that the function is analytic. Here it is, the function is defined in this way and it is analytic, so that we have to find the values of a, b, c and d. Let f of z equal to u of xy plus I times v of xy, that is, the function is defined in this way, that is equal to x square plus axy plus by square plus I times cx square plus dxy plus y square, which imply u equal to x square plus axy plus by square and v equal to cx square plus dxy plus y square, cx square plus dxy plus y square, which imply ux is twice x plus ay and uy is twice by plus ax, twice by plus ax. Similarly, differentiating v with respect to x and y partially, vx is twice x plus dy and vy is dx plus twice y. Now, since f of z is given to be analytic, hence CR equation holds for f of z. CR equation holds, that is ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus of vx. Now here it is putting the values of ux, uy, vx, vy. We get ux is twice x plus ay, vy is dx plus twice y, and uy twice vy plus ax equal to minus of vx is 2x minus dy. Which imply solving these two equations for a, b, c and d. 2 minus d into x equal to a plus minus a plus 2y, 2 minus equal to y, and twice b minus d into y plus d into y equal to minus 2x minus a into x. 2 minus d equal to x, a plus 2d equal to y. Which imply x equal to 2 minus a upon 2 minus d into y. Putting this value in equation this, we get twice b plus d into y equal to minus twice x minus a minus 2 minus a minus a into 2 minus a upon 2 minus d into y. Solving for a, b, c and d, we get a is 2, d is 2, a is 2, d is 2, c is minus 1 and b is again minus 1. Solving for a, b, c, d, we get in this way on simplification. In this way, the analytic function and CR equations are applicable to solve the examples on for the function f of z, which becomes u plus iv. And if it is analytic, then different types of examples we can solve for the analytic function. Thus, in this way, the analytic function is applicable for CR equation, that is the necessary condition, but it is not the sufficient condition for the function is to be analytic. In this way, most of the examples are solved for the analytic functions as CR equations hold, that is ux equal to vy and vx equal to minus of vx. Now here it is on that analytic function in the next way. It is analytic असेल, that is if f of z is analytic, then its modulus is constant. That is, if f of z is analytic, which imply magnitude of z is constant. That is the most important thing that is in domain B. So that let f of z equal to u plus iv is analytic in D, which imply ux equal to vy and uy equal to minus of vx, that is holds, and magnitude of f of z equal to u square plus v square by definition. It is a constant term, it is nothing but constant. Therefore u square plus v square equal to constant. Call it as equation 1. X partially, we get ux twice u into ux plus twice v into vx equal to 0. That is u into ux plus v into vx, it is equal to 0. And by CR equations, ux is u vy also twice u uy plus twice v vy equal to 0, which imply u uy plus v vy equal to 0. Using CR equations, we get, using CR equations, uy equal to minus of vx, u minus of vx plus v ux equal to 0, minus u vx plus v ux equal to 0. By using CR equations, call it as equation 2. Solving equation this is 2 and this is 3. Solving equations 2 and 3, we get solving equations 2 and 3, that is u ux plus v vx equal to 0, minus u vx plus v ux equal to 0. Solving this, u plus v into ux plus v minus u into vx equal to 0. u minus v ux equal to 0 or ux equal to v vx equal to minus v vx from equation 2, so that minus u upon v into ux equal to vx. Putting in equation x plus v vx in equation 2, we get ux plus v into minus u by v ux equal to 0. Here we gets cancelled and it is 0. Solving, we get